The focus of this video is to learn to improve your note-taking skills. This will include analyzing the way you address note-taking before, during, and after lecture, what you may need to introduce into your note-taking, and how you can accomplish any goals set to improve your retention of material. As college students, our notes are the backbone of our learning, so it's a valuable skill to gain, and it will pave the way to success in classes through increased retention and understanding of information. We will go over different methods of note-taking and how you can introduce them into your routine. Some methods may not work for everyone, but it's important to be willing to try new ideas because you never know what might really work for you. We will begin by identifying a few of these methods and how to approach them. Before you even attend a lecture, there are a few steps you can take to make sure you're prepared to retain what you will soon learn. One of the most important strategies is to read assignments and past notes before you get to class. This will give you background knowledge to help you understand the lecture in greater depth, and it may help you recall past ideas your professor has mentioned. Another important strategy in note-taking is to ensure you attend class with the tools necessary for you to take notes. Whether that be a notebook and pencil or any technology you prefer, make sure before you leave for class you have the materials you need. Once you arrive, sit near the front or in the center of the classroom. This is especially beneficial if you have trouble focusing or can't see the professor's material well. Before you begin your note-taking, make sure you know the strategy or style you will be using and that it will be uniform throughout. This strategy should probably vary from class to class, depending on the class and teaching style. If you need help figuring out the best strategy for you, consider visiting a peer academic coach in the Academic Resource Center. Once lecture begins, a few important tips to start off with are to date your notes, ensure your handwriting will be legible, and be prepared to rewrite the professor's words in your own. These methods will help you remember things better after lecture and will help you stay focused for the duration of class. While taking notes, make sure you can identify the main ideas the professor focuses on. There should be a clear separation between these main ideas and details within your notes. If there is ever a point in the lecture you are confused or need clarification, don't be afraid to ask quick questions you have. If the professor doesn't allow for questions during class, leave enough space to resolve these unclear points later. One last tip that can make all the difference is to make sure you take notes until the professor dismisses the class. This will keep you from missing any necessary details the professor may mention at the end of lecture. After lecture, it's important that you review your notes to make sure they have all the necessary ideas and details. It may help you to underline or highlight important words or phrases, so you remember the biggest ideas from lecture. Another tip is to put these keywords onto flashcards to assist you in studying at a later point. It will also be beneficial to summarize concepts in your own words so you know you have a good understanding of them. If, when going through the notes you took, there is ever a point that is confusing, it may help to reach out to classmates with questions or refer to your text or professor for further clarification. Once you look through your notes again, you should make sure you're satisfied with the way you took notes, and consider if this will be the best way to take notes for that specific class. If it's not, consider trying differing note-taking styles to find the one that works best for you and the class you're taking. If you do visit the Academic Resource Center for peer academic coaching, the note-taking questionnaire may be a resource you will want to ask about. This tool is helpful in defining your current note-taking skills and can assist you in making goals to improve your strategies. Your peer academic coach will work through this questionnaire with you, helping you to determine how often you use certain methods of note-taking. Do you attend class already having read assignments? Do you date each session's notes? Do your notes truly represent the entire lecture? These are questions that your peer academic coach will help you work through. Once the questionnaire has been complete, you will analyze the note-taking habits you have and decide whether these are strategies you should continue using or not. You will then determine 3 areas you will want to address before your next lecture and write down the specific ways these 3 areas can be improved upon. Your peer academic coach will guide you in determining what may work with your learning style, how you may want to consider staying organized in the future of your note-taking, and may give you additional tips on study techniques. At a follow-up meeting with your peer academic coach, you would discuss how the 3 areas in need of improvement have been addressed since the last meeting. Together, you and your peer academic coach will determine the next steps that need to be taken to continue to improve your note-taking skills. Additional areas of improvement may be addressed, or if your goals have not yet been met, you may determine whether or not the specific ways you had decided on to accomplish those goals will need to be altered. Your peer academic coach is there to guide you to the best strategies on being a successful college student and will be willing to work with you in academic areas you need to improve on. Don't be afraid to ask for suggestions on improving your study skills, because that is what they are there for. This video has focused on different studying methods that will help you become a more successful college student. It's important to remember that taking notes will take effort before, during, and after lecture, so you can best retain what you learned. It may take a while to determine the structure and style of note-taking that works for you, but with the help of your peer academic coach and a bit of persistence, you'll be able to find the most effective method for you. Remember, successful note-taking is part of being a successful college student, so this is a skill that can always be improved upon for a greater academic experience.